Okay, it's calling the meeting to order, please. I should like a motion, please, to adopt the agenda for the January 12th, 2016 regular meeting of council. Blanchette and Reimer. And I believe that there is an amendment to the agenda.
Yes.
That we are adopting. Yes.
Mayor Townsend. There is one item that appears on the agenda currently. It's item 8.1. It's the Bylaw Services staff report concerning the property at 1402 5th Avenue. That item needs to be deferred until the next council meeting. That'd be on the 26th of January.
Okay. So the mover and seconder that council adopts the agenda as amended, with 8.1 being deferred to the January 26th meeting. Yes.
And again, Mayor Townsend, with your permission, there's an additional item that should be added under new business. It's related to the sheet of paper which I distributed to council a few minutes ago. It's concerning the appointment of a liaison to the Valemount Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
So if that item is added as item 12.1.
Okay. All right, so as amended, are there any further amendments? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried. Item 3.1, adoption of the minutes of the December 4th, 2015 Public Works Committee meeting. Staff recommendation is that council adopts the minutes of the December 4th, 2015 Public Works Committee meeting. Councillors Torgerson and Reimer. Is there any discussion?
With respect, Your Worship, amended, there is a spelling error in those minutes.
Okay.
Page 2, second paragraph, Ken Wiesner, interim cap, should read interim CAO.
Okay. Good job. Okay.
They're Nationals.
All right, if there's no further discussion, all in favor? Carried. Agenda item 3.2, adoption of the minutes of the December 8th, 2015 regular meeting of council. And the recommendation is that council adopts the minutes of the December 8th, 2015 regular meeting. Councillors Salt and Torgerson. Are there any errors or omissions?
And then just a minor one on page 5. The appointment of appointments to standing committees. Very first paragraph, it says 2015 to 2015 appointments of council. Should be 2015 to 2016.
Yes. Okay. All right, is there any, are there any further errors or omissions? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried. Agenda item 3.3, adoption of the minutes of the December 10, 2015 special meeting. Motion, please, that council adopts the minutes of the December 10, 2015 special meeting. Salt and Blanchette. Are there any errors or omissions? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried. So we'll be going to the reading file, but first of all, I was remiss at the beginning of the meeting that I didn't recognize the attendance of our director, Area H, Danielle Allen. Thank you for attending our meeting again, and I want to wish you a Happy New Year. And I also want to welcome another guest, and that's Miles Brunn from Kamloops. Thank you for attending. Yes?
And Mayor Townsend, I would just like to draw attention to the fact that our corporate services clerk is doing the minutes tonight as Carlina Shepard. Thank you, Carlina.
You're welcome.
It's an experience and delegation exercise.
Good for you. And I assured her that she's just fine, and that as long as the resolutions are in place, they'll be just fine. Thank you. Glad you're here, Carlina.
Thank you.
Okay. So agenda item 8.2. Regarding the, yes?
Many apologies, Your Worship.
Yeah.
If I may bring up 7.1, letter to the Minister from the reading file. City of Burnaby.
You want to bring that forward?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
Reading it and just hearing from a few residents around town, there are ups and downs in assessments. And we are heading into budget season.
Yes.
And looking at what we'll need and looking at what assessments are being assessed at, I see no reason for Burnaby not being able to adjust their mill rates, as we would probably adjust our own mill rate.
That's correct, Councillor Torgerson. One should never judge what their taxes, property taxes are going to be by the assessment. It all depends on the mill rate. So when assessments go down, the municipality raises its mill rate. When assessments go up, the municipality drops the mill rate to accommodate the budget. That's all. I'm surprised that their staff isn't aware of this. So, thank you. All right. 8.2. We have Cranberry Marsh Trail, the staff report. Recommendation is that council accepts the report for information purposes.
You missed one. You missed one?
No, 8.1 was deferred until
Sorry.
next,
Yeah, my
until the
mistake.
January 26th meeting. Okay. So a motion please to accept the report on the Cranberry Marsh Trail. Councillor Salt and Councillor Torgerson. Is there any discussion, council? Yes?
Good work to the gentleman that worked so hard on it. That trail looks amazing. Haven't been out on it yet, but I can't wait to give it a go. It looks really neat. Really pleased to see that project finally completed. It's been a long road.
Well, he's been paid in full and now I think he can go south, can't he?
He's gone.
Oh, he's gone, okay. Okay, if there is no further discussion, all in favor? Carried. 8.3, development variance permit. 8.15, the recommendation is that council authorizes staff to prepare a draft development variance permit to relax the connection condition in section 5.1 of the village's sewer connection regulations bylaw. Motion, please. Reimer and Blanchette. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried. Agenda item 9.1, monthly staff report. Recommendation that council accepts the December 2015 staff report for information purposes. Reimer and Blanchette. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried. Agenda item 10.1, Village of Valemount open air burning bylaw number 703, 2016. Recommendation is that council approves first, second, and third reading of Village of Valemount open air burning bylaw number 703, 2016. What is council's wish? Blanchette and Torgerson. And moved, and it's open for discussion. Any discussion, council? Yes?
Good work by staff on this. Definitely needed some upgrading and being brought up to speed, so good job on that.
Councillor Reimer, did you have something?
About the only open fire, I guess, that we would have, is that bonfire around Christmas time still able to be done downtown somewhere without raising too many fire engines?
I don't know. Mr. Young?
Well, I have a question for you, Councillor. I was away, I was out of town. Was there a bonfire around Christmas?
It's usually done every year.
Okay.
During late night shopping.
Yeah. The key thing here would be, the key thing here would be that in order to permit it, that an application be made, a permit be issued. The real important question, though, is whether our air quality is of a nature that we might have to withhold a permit. We recently actually did have an air quality advisory and at that time, we were not able to issue burning permits. So hopefully that's not a circumstance that would arise in future Christmases. But under normal circumstances, we'd be able to issue.
Okay. Is there any further discussion or any more questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried. Agenda item 10.2, Village of Valemount fees and charges amendment bylaw number 745. Recommendation is that council approves fourth reading of fees and charges. Blanchette and Salt, is there any discussion or any questions? I should just like to make one recommendation that the community hall charges be revisited in the future sometime, perhaps during budget discussions. I don't know if that can be done if council adopts this, but it can always be reviewed in the future. The community hall charges. Yes?
Yeah. I think you've answered your own question,
Yes.
Mayor Townsend. It is something that can certainly be looked at the budget stage, but
Okay.
for the purposes tonight,
Yes.
certainly the recommendation is that you
Okay.
complete the adoption of this bylaw as
Good.
it stands.
Okay, thank you. Any questions, council? All in favor? Carried. Agenda item 10.3, Village of Valemount Council Procedure Bylaw number 652-2010. Recommendation is that council adopts Village of Valemount Council Procedure Bylaw number 652 and amendment bylaw number 746-2015 to permit council members to participate electronically in council meetings per section 124(3) of the community charter. Blanchette and Torgerson. Is there any discussion, any questions? Yes, Councillor Torgerson.
From the few teleconferences we've had, both as a committee member of Tourism Valemount and other situations, I'm quite pleased with the equipment.
Good, thank you. Anything further? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried. Agenda item 10.4, Village of Valemount Council Remuneration Bylaw number 747-2015. Recommendation that council approves fourth reading of council remuneration bylaw. And could I have a move by Councillor Blanchette and seconded by Councillor Salt? Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried. Agenda item 12.1, and this is with respect to the memo from Mr. Young. Yes.
You're on 10.5.
Oh, am I on 10.5?
It's double-sided.
Oh, of course. I was going to skip a few, get us out of here a little earlier. Village of Valemount zoning bylaw number 610, 2007 amendment bylaw number 751. Recommendation is that council gives first and second reading to Village of Valemount zoning bylaw number 610 and 2007 and amendment bylaw number 751, 2016, and refers Village of Valemount zoning bylaw number 610 amendment bylaw number 751 to an upcoming public hearing. What is council's wish? Moved by Councillor Torgerson and seconded by Councillor Salt. Any discussion? Yes, Councillor Salt.
I just have one question clarifying the difference between row house and townhouse. I'm guessing row house is that it can only be one level, whereas a townhouse can be multiple stories?
Yes, Mr. Young.
That's largely true. So with a row house, you have a common wall. The townhouse, conceivably, they can actually be stacked on top of one another. A row house cannot.
Okay. Any further questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried. Agenda item 10.6, policy number 45, tax certificate charge. Recommendation is that council rescinds policy number 45, tax certificate charges. What is council's wish? Blanchette and Reimer. Is there any discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried. Agenda item 10.7, policy number 62 amended, snow removal. Recommendation is that council gives approval to 1, repeal Village of Valemount snow removal policy number 62, and approve Village of Valemount amended snow removal policy number 62, 2016. Councillor Torgerson, and seconded by Councillor Reimer. Is there any discussion or any questions? Hearing nothing? Okay, all in favor? Carried. 10.8, policy number 64, councillor conflict of interest. Staff recommendation that council rescinds policy number 64, councillor conflict of interest, and solely use Part 4, Division 6, conflict of interest of the community charter. What is council's wish? Moved by Councillor Reimer, seconded by Councillor Torgerson, that council rescinds policy number 64 and solely use Part 4, Division 6, conflict of interest of the community charter. Is there any discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried.
I'm opposed.
Oh, okay. Opposed? Councillor Salt, do you want your vote recorded?
Yes, please. My
Okay.
position hasn't changed on this.
Okay, that's fine. Council reports. I'll start the new year off alphabetically and stay out of trouble. Councillor Blanchette.
I have nothing.
Okay. Councillor Reimer.
It seems like it's been last year since we had our last meeting. I was at a Historical Society meeting on the 5th of January.
Okay.
And there weren't a lot of historical people there. It was actually quite enlightening.
Did you have anything further that you wanted to say about it, or no?
At this point,
No?
no, I'll reserve my comments.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Salt.
I attended a special council meeting on Thursday, December 10th. And that's all I have to report as far as council obligations.
Okay. Councillor Torgerson.
Special council meeting on the 10th of December, and then shortly after the office opened up, started communications with Bob McDonald, the Ministry of Environment. We have yet to connect, so I really have nothing to report. On the 5th, this is after varying emails and telephone attempts. On the 5th, Tourism Valemount. On that same day, Barda. And I stand here before you.
Good, thank you. Well, we all attended the special meeting on December the 10th, and we adopted those minutes already. But since the last council meeting, I attended the Regional District Fraser Fort George Board meetings on December the 18th, I believe it was. And then the following day, the Amanika Beetle Action Coalition Board meetings. Okay? I would like a motion, please, that council receives the verbal reports. Okay? Reimer and Blanchette. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried. Now we'll go on to 12.1 and the new business. We have a memo here from the corporate secretary, and this is with respect to an appointment of new liaison to the Valemount Chamber of Commerce. And Councillor Blanchette has asked, I thought that we would kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah, but the chamber says no, it's in their
You
bylaws.
can't be, okay, it's in the bylaws that you can't be a director and a liaison. All right. Now, I don't know if council is ready at this point to, for anyone to volunteer. Yes?
I'll just let them know that it's always the third Thursday at 3 is when it is.
I know that Councillor Torgerson was previously, but I would let council think about it and do the appointment next meeting, if that's all right. Okay? Yes?
In that case, I would suggest, Mayor Townsend, that you receive this material
Okay.
and then defer it
Okay.
to the next meeting.
To the January 26th. Okay. All right. So did we have a motion for that? Yes.
If Councillor Torgerson doesn't want to and has his plate full with too many other committee obligations, I'd be happy to
Okay.
step forward for that.
Councillor Torgerson?
Your worship, it's not a case of full plates or other commitments. It's timing.
Okay.
It's a daytime meeting, and
Yes.
the ones that I am committed to for this term, for this year, the tourism and particularly Valemount Community Forest, those are also daytime meetings, and there's only so many daylight hours.
And thank you, Councillor Salton. I was just going to suggest that I would speak to the Chair of the Chamber of Commerce and see if they have any specific request. Okay?
I would be more than happy
Okay.
should they request
Ask
that
for
I
you?
be there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll provide a memo for the next council agenda after I speak with the chair. Okay? Good. Yes, so we're going to defer this, yes.
Yeah, you'll need to receive the material.
Yes. So I would like a motion, please, to receive this and refer it to the January 26th council meeting, Councillor Blanchette and Torgerson. Okay? Any further questions or discussion? All in favor? Carried. Agenda item 13.1, outstanding council resolutions. Recommendation is that council accepts the list of outstanding previous council resolutions. Moved by Councillor Blanchette, seconded by Councillor Torgerson, that the list of outstanding previous council resolutions be received. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried. Agenda item 15.1, public comments. If there's anyone who wishes to make a comment.
Prevents is different. Daniel Allen, Regional District of Fraser Port George. I wanted to wish everyone a Happy New Year. And I would like to thank you for the warm welcome that you always extend, Your Worship and Council. I have looked forward to working, I've enjoyed working with you this past year, and I look forward to strengthening our relationship in 2016. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Director Allen, and we always appreciate your attendance at our council meetings every second Tuesday. And we thank you for your interest, for your loyalty, and wish you a very happy new year too. Is there anyone else from the public that wishes to make comment? Yes.
Rashmi Narayan, 66 Elm Street. I just wanted to comment on the fees and charges bylaw 745. So I looked at the bylaw and it refers to the increase in fees for wires, garbage and everything else. And I wanted to clarify, my comment doesn't come because I want to support, I don't want to see more fees, or I want to see less fees because I use less. It's something I want council to consider for the future, that we consider conservation. So how do we incentivize conservation? How do we reward conservation? And from that point of view, I just want council to keep in mind how they structure fees. And because I'm very cognizant of how much I use and how much I consume and how much garbage I put out, how much I recycle. And it's not, again, like I said, not because I want to pay less, or it's not about paying less for using less. It's really about, like, how do we as a community pay attention to conservation.
Thank you. Yeah. Anybody else? Is there anybody else who wishes to make public comment? At this time, I'm going to pass the floor to Mr. Ken Wiesner, who has been our interim chief administrative officer for the last 3.5 months, and he will be leaving next week, although he is still going to remain partially contracted. So I want to turn the floor over to him.
Thank you, Worship and Council, and I'd just like to say that we, and my wife too, she's back in Christina Lake, but she was here for 2.5 months, and she really, really enjoyed the hospitality of all of you, and I enjoyed it too. I hope I was able to assist you. That's what I was here for, to serve the council and serve the staff and to serve the community. And that's what I tried to do, and hopefully I was able to achieve that. But I must say, tremendous cooperation from the mayor and council and from the staff. We work as a team, which is vital to have an organization. So my motto is, all of us are smarter than one of us, and that seems to work. But I want to thank the community so much, and I wish the community well. I've done this before, and I'm like a ghost. You never get rid of me. Once you get in the walls, I keep in touch. I will follow and with interest on your progress, and I wish you the best in that 2016 may be a really good year for all of you, the citizens and the staff and the council. And we have to work together. When you're the size of this municipality, it's important that we work together. You can't afford to, and it's good to have diversity and differences, but when it all said and done, we've got to get behind and work towards making this a tremendous community. It's a great community now, but the goal has to be to make it excellent and tremendous. So that's a challenge to you, and I'll be watching. But I will help too if I can be of any help. Thank you, and the best of everything for us.
Thank you, Mr. Wiesner, and we have appreciated your time with us and appreciated the efforts and the dedication and commitment, and you made yourself at home while you were here and showed that in your concern and care that you gave to all of us and to the community as well. The fact that you went within the first couple of days that you were here and introduced yourself to everyone, that made a very good impression with the community, and they knew that you were here to do a very good and effective job for us. So thank you again very much. Okay.
Sometimes it was a pain, though, too.
Well, that's not for me to say.
No. Oh, I
Okay.
Right there. She'll agree.
Mr. Wiesner, you made her blush. So anyway, and at this point, I would like a motion, please, recommendation that council receives the public comments. Okay, Blanchette and Reimer. All in favor? Carried. And before I take a motion to proceed to an in-camera meeting, I should like to extend greetings for a very happy new year to council, to staff, and to the community as well. Every new year beckons with opportunities for improvement and for development and for just an increase in the work that is carried on by the council and the staff in serving our community and our taxpayers with respect and with a positive attitude. So I'm going to open the floor up to councillors too, if you wish to say anything.
You've spoken quite well for all of us.
Okay, thank you. And it's been my pleasure too. So I shall now take a motion, please, to proceed in camera to an in-camera council meeting for consideration of 3 items per section 91A, C, and K of the Community Charter to discuss matters related to personal information, labor relations, negotiations, related discussions, SALT and Torgerson. All in favor? Carried. Thank you, and Happy New Year.